Hey, bro, are like my biceps not big enough? Bro, I don't think I have the correct V taper. Bro, I've been in the gym for like 3 years and I just feel like I keep getting smaller. Like, honestly, bro, if you really go to the gym for aesthetics, um, good on you, but this is not really my thing. The only type of working out I do is martial arts because it's actually practical to the real world. Because all these gym meatheads, bro, they actually get in a real situation. They won't be able to do shit. Like, just to be honest. And plus, a lot of these guys, like, when you go into that realm and in that world, like, it's just like, I don't know, it just seems pretty gay to me, bro. But a lot of guys are having a male body image crisis. I thought that was only reserved for females. So let's just get right into it. Here we go. Up and up.
12, a man named Romario dos Santos Alves walked into a bodybuilding gym in Goiânia, Brazil. As he made his way through the gym, he noticed that many of the men working out had massive arms that were almost cartoon-like in size. Curious and interested in becoming as
See, now this is just this is just the disorder right here, bro. If we're just gonna keep it a beanstalk, like that's just a disorder. If you just want to look like that, bro, like I'm sorry, no girl's gonna think that's attractive. And honestly, as me as a guy, I just think that shit's weird, bro. So
big as possible, he asked them what they did to build their arms. And that was when they introduced him to something called synthol. This substance, a mixture of oil, alcohol, and lidocaine, is injected into the muscles to enlarge them without the need for extra exercise. Romario started injecting himself regularly and found the immediate results to be addicting. But that...
Bro, what the fuck? What's addicting about looking like that, bro? Like, bro, like you big, but that's not functional. Someone a buck 35 that could box or fucking, or guys or taekwondo, whatever, karate, any martial arts will whoop your ass, bro. So like, what you doing all that for? Like, it just don't even make sense.
Added size didn't come without a price. After
That's
taking
gross.
synthol for under a year, small rocks started to form in his biceps due to the calcification of the muscle tissue in synthetic oil. He experienced tremendous daily pain and was told by his doctor that they were going to have to amputate his arms. Romario fell into a deep depression and even attempted to unalive himself before the procedure. But when he went in to get a CAT scan, he was graced with a fortunate stroke of luck. After reviewing the results, the doctor told him that they did not have to amputate his arms, but they would have to perform surgery to get rid of the calcification. Although Romario doesn't dabble with synthol anymore, his desire to become a professional bodybuilder remains, and led him to explore other types of substances like horse tranquilizer.
Oh my god, he didn't learn the first time around. Like, he was about to literally lose his arms, and his insatiable desire to get bigger and look like a fucking clown ultimately got this guy willing to risk his arms again. This is insane, man.
There are many other stories like Romario, of men who are
This is insane.
unsatisfied with their physiques, going to extreme measures to appear like Greek gods or Marvel characters. But some of them don't end up being as lucky as he was. For the average person, this might seem incomprehensible. How could someone become so addicted to the idea of being big that they resort to drugs that they know will ruin their life? But the trend of pursuing an increasingly unattainable physique has begun to spread to a more vulnerable demographic: young teenage boys. Bigorexia, a body
And
dysmorphia.
see, like, honestly, the last time I really was like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like when I was younger, before I even like did martial arts or anything like that, or box, because that's what my main thing I used to do. I used to box and shit. But before I did that and shit, I would be like, when I was like, when I was just younger, I was just like, I would fucking be obsessed with like, getting big and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand it, like, because when you're young, you just don't understand the difference between functional, like aesthetics, and functional. A lot of these big guys, bro, if they got pressed, bro, they wouldn't even be able to do shit, bro. How I know? Experience. So I'm just keeping it a buck, bro.
Disorder where an individual obsesses over their muscle mass has reached a level of serious concern in the fitness industry. One study estimates that 1 in 10 bodybuilders are affected by bigorexia, and other studies have estimated that the prevalence of muscle dysphoria was 5.9% among college students and between 13.6% and 44% among male weightlifters. Why is there such a large gap between the actual numbers? Well, partly because it isn't being talked about enough, but also because it's very hard to identify. Most people with this condition appear outwardly healthy, but inside, they are dealing with a mental battle that can lead to severe depression and anxiety. How do I know? Because I was one of those men too. So let's try to shine some light on this under-researched realm of body dysmorphia and explore why bigorexia is on the rise. In order to understand how we got here, we must first understand where this crisis started: the world of competitive bodybuilding. Bodybuilding as a sport and resistance training solely for the purpose of improving one's aesthetics wasn't popularized until the 1940s, when contests like Mr. America and Mr. Universe put more eyes on the scene. The contestants' physiques, though nothing crazy to our current generation, were seen as abnormally large during this time. But this level of impressive physique was about to be inflated forever with the introduction of one drug: steroids. Anabolic steroids are a synthetic derivative of testosterone designed to enhance the hormone's muscle-building properties. In the 1970s, bodybuilding reached what is known as the golden era and hit the mainstream through the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Zane, and Dorian Yates, all of whom used steroids regularly. It exposed an entire generation of fitness enthusiasts to a new level of physique, but it wouldn't be seen as a desirable or achievable level of physique for many years to come. You see, during this time, bodybuilders were still seen as genetic freaks. On Muscle Beach, a public gym that most of the biggest bodybuilders in the scene went to, people would view the likes of Arnold and Frank as a spectacle. More than anything, outrageously huge bodybuilders clearly taking some kind of performance-enhancing drugs were like zoo animals. A fun thing to look at, but not something that most kids would look up to. But now that steroids were starting to hit the mainstream, the doors of opportunity to raise the standards of what was considered a great physique were wide open. The portrayal of masculinity in pop culture and other forms of media has always had a firm grip on young men. Before we know who we are or who we want to become, we have always looked to those ideals presented to us to give us direction. Usually these ideals offer more positives than negatives, but in the case of outwardly appearances, it's reaching the ends of extreme. What is considered a strong male physique in movies, for example, has evolved quite a bit over the years. In the 90s, one might have considered Brad Pitt in Fight Club to be absolutely jacked. But if we fast forward 7 years, we can see how our desire for more muscle reflected itself in the movie male physique.
Yeah, but honestly, bro, I think that Brad Pitt nightclub physique is honestly the most... I really do think it's the most ideal physique. Like, you're not even agile. You can't even move like that when you're that big, bro. Like, you're not smooth, bro. Like, I think the most desirable physique is definitely more of like the slim athletic build, bro. Like, kind of like an NBA player, like a hooper. That's like the most, I think, the best. I think NFL players may be slightly a little too big, but like kind of like an NBA kind of guys, or like even like a boxer physique. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the ideal. And then maybe like cornerbacks and like specialty players, like wide receivers, like their physique. I think it's like more like the most ideal physique where you look great. I think honestly it would attract the most women, and on top of that, it's actually the most functional.
I remember seeing Gerard Butler's physique in the movie 300 when it came out in 2006.
And that's
I was
a good
only 9
physique
years
too.
old at the time,
That's a
but
good
I do
physique
remember
too.
thinking that a body like that was completely unattainable, only
How
reserved
though,
for
bro? Like at the end of the day, he just looks like he has like a NFL build.
dramatic depictions of life. Though he may have looked unbelievably good, Butler reported in interviews that he was working out for 6 hours a day, quote, ruining his body just to maintain that level of physique. A complete...
What the fuck? 6 hours a day? That's fucking ridiculous. Well, I guess maybe his genetics aren't that great to get that physique because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I have a great physique, bro, naturally. Maybe just because I'm black and shit, but end of the day, like I've had abs. I've had like 8-pack as long as I can fucking remember, bro. So it's probably just because I'm black. But anyways, and does having a good physique get you more women? Not really, bro, because at the end of the day, most of these women ultimately think they could probably do better than Gerard Butler. So
the unrealistic lifestyle for the average person. Still, this was a movie where a lot of young men looked up to the main character, and many of them began working out in the hopes that they could one day look like Gerard Butler. How do you think an ideal like that?
But and that's another thing too. Like that type of physique was just actually normal back then. Nowadays, since so many people are out of shape and just a sedentary lifestyle of especially Americans, how Americans design and how America's design and not have you even walk and ultimately be in your car to get places everywhere and not really get your steps in and all that stuff. That physique, actually, I feel like more and more people had good physiques back in the day and actually were healthy and strong individuals. And now it's probably at an all-time low where people are not that healthy and shit. But there is a trend where a lot of young guys actually like gym cells. They want to go to the gym and shit, so that's cool and all. But then they get these fucking mental diseases like this.
The mental health of an adolescent boy. In extreme scenarios, they spend all their time lifting weights, revolving their life around the gym and eating healthy, disregarding any other areas of development. And when their efforts always come up short, their self-esteem plummets, never being satisfied with how they look, despite looking better than most kids their age. Through the early 2000s and then 2010s, the ideal male physique would continue to grow in size. A study conducted in 2006, the same year 300 came out, concluded that action figures have become more muscular and larger over the past 25 years. Another piece of pop culture, James Bond, saw its most recent actor, Daniel Craig, boasting a much bulkier physique than Sean Connery's James Bond in the 1960s. Just about every form of media that had an attractive male star saw their muscular ideals grow in size as our culture continuously pushed the standard for what is considered strong and beautiful. And a lot of these actors are accused of using steroids to enhance their physique.
And nigga, come on, bro. They got a movie role, bro. They're not gonna get that type of body, bro, in like 6 months like that. I mean, maybe if they really got, but like, let's be real, nigga. Like Zac Efron, I know damn well that nigga was taking something, bro. Maybe not roids, bro, but definitely they're on PEDs, bro, for sure.
Reach that standard. This is not necessarily a problem on its own. Actors want to be extremely dedicated to their roles, and steroids might allow them to do that without having too many side effects, so long as they keep the dose low and get off of it when filming is over. But many actors often lie about the drugs they are taking, making it seem like their physiques are attainable without any performance-enhancing drugs.
Did he juice? Did he take steroids?
No. I love my job and I love Wolverine. I've got to be careful what I say here, but I had been told anecdotally what the side effects are of that, and I was like, I don't love it that much.
Again, this perpetuates a masculine ideal that is becoming increasingly more difficult to live up to. And when men find the masculine ideal...
Hold up. Why the fuck are you trying to live up to this shit, bro? These niggas is actors, nigga. I don't know if whatever his name is, Jackman or whatnot, can he really do that shit in real life? Who knows? But at the end of the day, this shit's acting, bro. If you really, really want something functional and you really want to prove to yourself you're like that guy, go to join a boxing gym. Start sparring, even competing or whatnot. Join a dojo. You know what I'm saying? Join an MMA gym. That's the real test, bro, because none of that other shit matters, bro. You'll see what I'm talking about if you actually join that stuff. Because all that other shit, this aesthetics bullshit doesn't matter, bro. What matters is functionality. If someone was to run up on you and was like, let's run it, nigga, and was in your face, nigga, and started fucking throwing haymakers at you, what you gonna do? You gonna just curl your bicep or some shit, nigga? Come on.
They're from their reach, two things will happen. They will either go to extreme measures to get as close to that unrealistic ideal, taking dangerous supplements, ruining both their physical and mental health in the process, or they will give up on the idea of looking like that completely and tell themselves that they will never be good looking enough to deserve acknowledgement and validation. But there is one form of media that has wreaked more havoc and done more damage than any other forms of media that have existed in the past few decades. And that is, unsurprisingly, social media. I just so happened to be getting into fitness and bodybuilding when I was in college in 2015, right when the first real fitness influencers were blowing up. Guys like Sean Thompson and Christian Guzman became figures that I looked up to as a teenager because they were very relatable and transparent about what it took to look like them. I began setting up a workout routine that revolved around my studies and social life. When I'd go to the dining hall, I'd make sure to add a few extra slices of pork or chicken to my plate. And soon I was beginning to see my first glimpses of those noob gains, as they're called. The progress was addicting. It was the first time in my life where I felt like I had complete control over the results I was getting in something, and that positively translated into other areas of my life. I had more energy, I felt more confident in social settings, and my discipline was easier to call upon. But when the social media fitness industry really started gaining traction through mediums like Instagram, that's when my self-esteem started to take a dip again. Only this time, it stemmed from an expectation I could never reach. As the fitness industry continued to reach new heights in revenue every year, more and more teens were being exposed to the lifestyles of fitness addicts on social media. Extreme fat loss routines, how to bulk up fast, the one exercise that will blow up your chest. These were the type of engaging titles that got clicks and drew the most attention. My fitness regimen began to evolve with it. I was now around 2 years into my bodybuilding journey, and I built a respectable physique for myself. And so, with the influence of these influencers, I started an Instagram account in the hopes of becoming a fitness figure myself. A lot of you still don't know this, but for several years, my entire brand and this YouTube channel revolved around fitness and bodybuilding content. With 2 social media accounts dedicated to this, it became ingrained into my identity. And because of that, everything I did had to be in alignment with my bodybuilding goals. At the same time I was growing my pages, an occurrence that was mainly only reserved for celebrities was growing in popularity amongst fitness influencers online.
Bro, like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This shit kind of seems a little fruity, dog. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, this shit kind of seems a little bit fruity, dog. Like, if someone was to just hit you with a fucking, if someone was to just come up and hit you with a right hand and a fucking left hook, like, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is not like, I think it's a joke, bro. I don't think, and don't get me wrong, I respect the like process of this because it's not easy, bro. But here's the thing. Honestly, the hardest part about getting bigger is just the amount of fucking calories you gotta do. You literally gotta fucking stuff yourself. Even when you're full, which is ridiculous and not natural and probably not healthy either. So, actually, it's all stupid. It's gonna be real.
This is when the fake natty epidemic really took the...
Yeah, it's because it's your fault, bro. You always fucking with the blinds and shit, dog. That's why. How about you lay your ass down? What you barking at the blinds for? It's your fault. Oh, man. Damn dogs.
Internet by storm. Ever since steroids became available, there's always been people who claim to be natural to appear more marketable. Because when you look incredible, but you convince people you're natural, you feel more relatable to the average consumer. Like I said earlier, it makes them feel like they can reach the same level as you so long as they put in the same work. And many people see using steroids as a shortcut or cheating, making you generally less likable. Now that social media was so popular, this gave any average male the opportunity to take advantage of naive young boys and build a following online, so long as they had an impressive enough physique. A study titled Male Body Portrayals on Instagram, conducted in 2020, wanted to evaluate whether those with more muscular physiques received more likes and comments than those who look smaller. And they found that posts depicting men adhering to high levels of leanness and muscularity received significantly more engagement than those who didn't. Whoa, big fucking shocker. The guy who looks absolutely shredded is getting more likes than the thin, scrawny guy. But I needed to cite this study to emphasize what's about to come. Promoting your physique on social media is not inherently bad. When it's accompanied with some inspiration and good advice, it can actually be a huge force for good and influence people to pursue healthier lifestyles. The problem, which amplifies the rise of bigorexia, comes in when you have thousands of influencers promoting their physiques, which can only be attained using performance-enhancing drugs that claim they are natural just to sell more of their products and supplements. Yeah, bro, you can totally look like me. I haven't been shooting needles in my ass. All I've been doing is using my 10-week workout protocol that's linked in my bio. Oh, also what's in there is my brand new supplement line, comprised of a few herbs mentioned in a Andrew Huberman podcast. That supplement is definitely the reason that I look like this, so you better buy it before it runs out.
That was a lie.
I can think of a good handful of guys that have made entire careers off of selling an unattainable physique in the form of useless supplements and workout programs. I'm very glad I never stooped so low so as to do anything of that sort, but I would be lying if I said I was totally immune to posting the type of pictures that fitness influencers post online. Being in the industry for as long as I was, I can tell you that there were a lot of tactics used in which they only look like that 1% of the time, or in some cases, they're seeing a completely fabricated version that doesn't even really exist. Then they have the audacity to lie about how they reach that level, causing huge mental health issues among young men who will always feel too small and undesirable. And the hostility now for people online who would have had what is considered to be a great physique a couple decades ago is insane. There are teenagers getting their self-esteem and confidence destroyed by posting their fitness results after a few years because they don't look like the 1% that mostly get highlighted on social media. Or even if they aren't.
My question is, why the hell would you even, bro, like, why are you posting yourself online to other guys about your fitness results or whatnot? And then having other guys pretty much rate you. That's pretty much like that face rating bullshit, bro. Like, I don't understand what's wrong with these YNs these days, man. What's good with these little niggas, man? These little niggas is just like, they on some bullshit, bro.
Teenagers and just have a really good average physique, those guys are getting eaten up in the comments too. But I don't think this has just affected men's perception of what is considered a great physique. It's also affected women's perception too. I see a lot of women post pictures of celebrities with what they think is a dad bod, which is really just a dude in very good shape that isn't totally shredded. Just a couple decades ago, this guy would have been considered an absolute monster. But now, dad bod. This checks out with the other scientific literature we have, as it's been shown that a greater total screen time was associated with greater symptoms of muscle dysphoria in both men and women. As a result, in the past few years, we have now seen more.
Just put that phone down, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I think I really do think I get the fucking point, bro. Like, look, most guys go to the gym, especially younger guys. They go to the gym to get these physiques to impress women, and at the end of the day, little do you guys know, women don't even really like those type of physiques, and there's a good chance they probably don't even fucking like you. So, I mean, if you're gonna really do something that's functional, just actually learn how to fight. Pick up a martial art or something. That's just my suggestion, because at the end of the day, all that other stuff is just kind of like, it's just vain. It's just vanity. There's no real fucking purpose really behind it. Just to keep getting big and then to be scared to lose your gains and shit. Like, bro, that's a shitty ass cycle to be in, bro. And like, for what, bro? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not, like I said, you're not gonna get no more hoes, bro. So it's like, it won't really help that much, bro. So, yeah, let's just see what these comments is talking about, though, because yeah, that shit kind of was stupid. The day you come to the gym is the day you become small forever. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see how that's a thing. Like, honestly, bro, it's just kind of like some feminine energy, bro. Like, it's staring in the mirror at your physique all day and like and just like comparing yourself to other niggas, bro. Like, that's kind of like some shit that like bitches would do, bro. Just keep me in a buck. Keep me in a buck with you. It's not very. It doesn't seem like a very masculine thing. You know what I'm saying? You think MMA top UFC fighters, MMA guys are in the mirror doing that dumbass shit? Probably fucking not. You nailed it. A huge problem is actors claiming to be natural. Yeah, 100%. I mean, at the end of the day, they're fucking fake. They're fucking actors. The good thing about bodybuilding at 42 versus 22 is I stopped comparing myself to other men and instead just compare myself. And plus, that's another thing. Bro, everyone has different builds too, bro. Like, you can fucking lift your ass up. I can lift my ass off, bro. I know the type of build I have. Nigga, I'm like, I know what type of build I have. I'm skinny, bro. I have that skinny. I'm a skinny guy, bro. Like, I have a small frame type of build. So it doesn't matter how much I lift. I'm gonna be fucking small. I'm not gonna be as big as other guys. There's some guys who can just look at a weight and they fucking grow, bro. Like, I'm a, what do you call it? The skinny fucking, like an ectomorph or whatnot. That's who I am. But there's really benefits to that because it's pretty fucking hard for me to get fat. It'd be hard as fuck for me to get fat. So yeah, I mean it's just really dumb, bro. And plus, like I said, I think my build is more functional than all the guys that they over there, bro. I line them up, bro. I guarantee it. Chopped cheese, bro. For real. Like, it's just, I don't understand. Like, this shit's kind of, it's just gay to me, bro. I'm just keeping it a buck. Simply delete social media and eat healthy. Find forms of exercise you enjoy. Spend time around people that are healthy. Go touch grass. It's not that hard, fellas. Yeah, 100%. And at the end of the day, no one cares about your physique. Maybe when you're young, girls kind of will, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, maybe, yeah. I remember I posted thirst traps when I was young and girls was fucking with it. But look, yeah, I mean, it's not like it's going to be a game changer, bro. So, just quit it. All right, this is your boy Diddy signing off. Another day to be ungrateful. Later.